like actually what happened like on there? Did they actually get into it at the end of the race? Because my opinion is different than what everybody else thinks on there, honestly.
Let's hear it.
I don't think that was actually a dirty pass. I don't think it was dirty. I don't think Friese actually meant to take dude out. And I can explain it if you like. But yeah, he comes in here. And now watch the other angle. First off, him and Craig, they're equal. They're
Even.
equal.
They're even.
They're even. Excuse me. And to Friese's point, Craig's up in the air, so he thinks he can get that dive, like he can make up that difference and be in front of him. And like right here, he slams on the brakes, like he knows, like this ain't gonna end well. Friese might be dirty, but he ain't stupid. And like anybody that would try to make that pass in that speed, that section, like that would be just crazy. So I don't think he intentionally actually went to go hit dude on there. And people were overreacting and oh, he was dirty. And as far as Craig being upset, I get it. I'd be pissed off too. I would be pissed off like if all the fans. Was it an aggressive pass? Like, yeah, it was, but I think people going to the point where, oh, he should be black flagged and all this stuff. Like when you sit back and watch the video, Freeze, like Vince, he actually tried to miss the dude. Like, it wasn't like he was way behind him coming into it and he just pinned it. I don't think he was ever going to the inside right here. And he slams on the brakes and they actually get caught up. And that's why Craig went down. Craig's on the outside. He kind of leans into Vince and they get caught up and he went flipping over. But to say it was dirty and he was trying to hurt the dude, like it's, I don't really even see that at all. Yeah, I would have been pissed too. In the moment, for sure. Like, it's the person that did it more than anything else. If Joe Schmoder would have done that, I don't think anybody would have been like, they were like, oh, it's aggressive, whatnots. But it wasn't dirty. I can understand what Ricky even said, like, that like calling Vince out.
What did he say?
I think he called him out like that was like he was like what the hell you're doing. And at first, again, I understand that part, but Vince he wasn't ever going to the inside.
Yeah, but also too, we got to watch this like 10 times.
Yeah, right here. Like Craig gets in there and watch. Vince is on the brakes, and he just catches him. Like, I actually think he caught his handlebar or his like it's side plate. Actually, more. I keep watching it. Yeah, all right, right here. They're even. He's on the gas, comes in on the brakes. Yeah, Craig leans into him. He hits his arm. But again, if you know about racing and all that, the whole point of Vince actually trying to hit Craig at that point would be ridiculous. Like, as fast as that section was. Now, was he trying to get back around him? Was he trying to get in? Like, yeah, but to like that happening, there's no way. That wasn't intentional. That wasn't intentional because he was gonna hurt his own self. So I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. Like, I think that's more of an unfortunate situation. And again, for Vince having the history of like doing stuff like that, he's already behind the 8 ball. But that's not I've seen way worse.
Yeah,
way worse. The guy taking out the 7 guys was worse than that, didn't he?
Yeah,
the Euros on there. But people were pissed, huh?
During the lights.
That's kind of stupid. Yeah, I know they were pissed.
During the lights, main, we're back at the truck.
Yeah.
And so as they're getting done, I'm walking into the stadium. Vince's wife is walking out, like empty parking lot. She's walking towards me. I'm walking towards her. And I just saw the beginning of the race on TV, so I knew he'd gotten a start. So I'm like, how'd he do? And she just looks at me like, you really going to ask me that? And then she says, don't ask.
My question would be, what does Vince think about it? What did he say?
I don't know. Well,
he hasn't said anything that I know of. Well,
I think
Genova...
The team said that it was because he didn't get a sight lap.
And that they couldn't tell where the lines were.
Yeah, okay. Next.
Yeah.
He didn't get any sort of penalty from the AMA, so...
Well, you said J-Bone's running that. Like, that's cool. That's cool for Bone because he is really smart, like, and intelligent. Like, he knows about racing, so I can see why he didn't on there. Like, watching this, like, I wouldn't find him.
And he doesn't get all crazy, like...
Yeah, but he black flagged Bogle, right? Like, he was a part of that.
No, they didn't...
Yeah, they black flagged
They didn't black flag him. They just penalized him after.
you Vital guys, like y'all need to get y'all story straight.
Oh, you're reading too much and trusting into Vital?
Look, dude,
That's
we
your
all
first
family. Like,
problem.
look,
Yeah.
I'm here for y'all. Like, I'm trying to figure out. Like, I get my intel from there. I watch the race discussions. Oh, I get it all. That's how I get free practice. Thank you, by the way.
There's race discussions on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't take their opinion on a lot of this stuff, but like he did say Bogo got black flagged.
No. Penalized after.
Smooth
But-
criminal. That still was sexy. That was good. But
Oh, his takeout?
yeah, but either way, he got penalized. Barsha got penalized. Like those were like there's passes that you see that are intentional that he went in like I'm gonna try to knock this dude down. Vince, that I don't see it, man. I don't see it. And if he did do it, the guy's stupid. I'm sorry to say, like that would just be stupid because you're gonna kill yourself on that. Like there was no way that he would be able to knock Craig down without knocking himself down.
I'm like, I see your point, but I'm still like on the page of like, I think he almost like blacks out when he races because it doesn't seem logical to do that. Like to come in that hot into that corner. I mean,
You're right, and I see that too. That's why I keep saying, like, if you go back and watch it, especially from that shot from behind,
You can see
like
where
the incidental contact of, like, he actually caught Craig's arm. So that's why Craig went down. I mean, if he wouldn't have hit his arm, he would actually, like, he would have just been in there tight, but he wouldn't have caught, like, they wouldn't have went down. Now, I think the reason he kept trying to like go in for it is because when Craig's up in the air, like they were a lot closer than the camera angle looks. Like they're even right here. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna beat Craig. He probably feels like he's gonna pull out. And even that little like bump that got into it right before if you go back just a tiny bit, yeah, the bump that kicks up Vince like right here, like he can't get on the brakes, but when you see
but he's
him
on the brake here.
right now, he's on the brakes because he realizes like, oh snap,
And he's coming in hot.
yeah, he's coming in hot. He's sliding. Craig doesn't get out of it, but his line was never going to the inside. So people were saying like, oh man, he jumped the corner like he was like jumped from the inside down. He was never intentionally going to the inside. He was trying to beat Craig there, but right here, that's where the contact goes down.
the thing that gets sticky is like Vince, he's a great rider, but he's not fighting totally in that championship fight. And then you got Christian, who
Yeah, it was a
is
points
leader.
Yeah.
And you could possibly throw away his whole season in championship because of it. Yeah, like I see your point. I'm just saying that's where like a lot of people's, discrepancy in their,
for sure.
their hard comments are coming from.
I get it, but that's not okay. Like people's theory on that, like realize Vince, like as much as people like can say, he actually feels like he can win. Like the dude races like he can win on there. So like to him to back out because Craig's in the points lead, like that ain't never gonna happen. Like if he was laughing him or this was like at the end, into the championship, like I can see that happening. But Vince, again, I don't know the dude personally, but I can just tell the way he rides. Like that whole mindset of like, okay, Craig's in the points lead. The fact is, like Vince feels like every time he races, like he can like compete against these guys, and he actually looks better this year. Even though he went down the class, he looks better than he ever has. So I don't see him like backing out because of that. Now, let's say Jalik Swole in that situation. Case in point, got it. Jalik's been out. He ain't racing for a title. Like he's still coming up. So I would see that. And that's the thing that like, you just got to look at who you're talking about compared to like, oh, well, yeah, he's not in the points lead. He's trying to ruin Craig's. I don't think none of that. I think Vince was actually trying to race the dude because he actually feels like he's a podium guy and he can like win. The intentional of like trying to take Craig out or anything like that.
I don't think there was I'm on that page. I don't think there was an intention.
I think, but fans think that.
Yeah, no, fans, and we all do it. Like Vince already has like he's a dirty rider before he shows up. Like that's just his motto. He can
Yeah,
run
if it were
into
any
the
other
gate.
rider, we wouldn't be spending 10, 15 minutes on this.
Yeah, I think
takeout.
any other rider would have had a reason why. Like you'd be like, oh, my throttle's stuck. Oh, why? Like,
Oh, I missed the rear brake.
yeah, or I was trying to kill the dude. Like on there. The fact is, like with Vince, he gets caught because he's Vince on there, and I just think like it's the blacking out part. There's so many things that happen in a short period of time to think like Craig is right here. He just jumps. I think I can beat him to that corner. And like once he realized that he couldn't do it, he tries to stop on there. And that's the part that I see. Now, if I wouldn't have saw him hit the brakes or him sliding, I would be like, oh yeah, that's dirty. But I just think he thought in that 50 feet that he can get in front of Craig. Well, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
And then thing happened. So that's why I was saying like, what does he have to say about it? And he probably hasn't. If he hasn't said anything, it's probably because he knows that it doesn't really matter. Everybody's got a notion anyway that no matter what you say, you were trying to kill him.
Yeah, he hasn't spoken anything.
Well, he did make like a Instagram story, and it was like a photo of him battling with someone, and they were like going on the inside of him, and he posted like, "I love this so much" or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I mean,
You never had any run-ins with him, have you?
no. I mean, but the dude is dirty. But that being said, like you got to give the guy credit because with racing, like it's mental, man. And like some guys, you just come up to them like you've already won half the battle just because of what they think about you. And I've always said this, like part of this is like what the preconceived notion of what people think of you. Well, Vince is a hard dude to get around. Yeah. He's a very hard, and it's not like he's jumping from side to side or he's, or he's riding a four-wheeler. It's just because people are already afraid of what he might do and how aggressive he is. So like, think about like that race right there. I guess the one before, he was up front. Look how long it took people to get around him. That's because they were afraid of him. So that whole like, oh, I love this. I'm into it. Like, this is awesome. Is part of what makes Vince like hard. And that's why he's probably doing as good as he is. Because once they got around it, they blew his ass out of the water. Hey guys, what's up? It's Bubba. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure you click on this link right here to hear the whole thing. Take care.